Merry Christmas and whatnot. Today I'm bringing you an early Christmas present, because today we're going to be reacting to Am I the A-Hole Christmas edition. Woo, best Christmas present ever. Let's just get straight into it. Oh, this is actually going to be horrific to watch back. Right, first up. Am I the a-hole for telling my mother-in-law to shut the F up during Christmas dinner? I 31F, that's female by the way, not feet. I've been with my husband 34M for 6 years, and we got married in 2023. I have a 9-year-old son from a previous relationship who my husband treats as if he was his own. My son's father and I are civil, and therefore he spends an equal amount of time living with one of us, yeah? I'm struggling to read today, it's not my fault. About my mother-in-law, she's super religious and has never really warmed up to the fact that her son is with someone who I care outside of wedlock, and therefore isn't a nice person to me and my child. Not very nice. My phone's decided now of all times to run out of storage. So we'll try this again, shall we? Where was I? Oh, for so long, because usually their interactions would be very brief, plus I'm an adult, I can handle someone not liking me. But this Christmas I just kind of snapped. So this year my son was with me and my husband on Christmas Day, and we hosted Christmas dinner for my husband's family. All the sentences are blending into one. My mother-in-law was making subtle digs at me over things such as my cooking and the Christmas decor. Not very nice. I let her roll off my back as much as possible, knowing that she wouldn't be in my house for much longer. However, when she started taking shots at my son... Oh, okay. She meant like fully like how he shouldn't be here because he wasn't family is when I had enough. Good on you. I've had to get the finger out to follow along. Looking her in the eyes, I said, "You had 3 baby daddies by the time you were 30. So how about you shut the F up?" This effectively shut her up. But since then, I've been getting messages saying that I took it too far and that I should apologise for what I said. Looking back, I do think I was a bit harsh, but I don't think I'm entirely in the wrong for sticking up for me and my kids. So am I the a-hole? Personally, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I'm going to make out you, because you've decided to host Christmas, which is a very lovely thing to do if you ask me. You took time out of your Christmas day to make food for your husband's family. You know what your mother-in-law's like, and you still put up with her. Good on you. She's then decided to take things personally and attack your 9-year-old son, who I can guarantee is less than about 8 times the age of him. Think about it. We'll have a little tally system going on. I haven't nicked this from anyone. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I haven't nicked this from anyone. That's 1 point to NTA, not National Teen Choice Awards, not the a-hole. Okay, am I the a-hole for Christmas gifts? There's lots of people saying he is the a-hole, by the way. I hate saying the word a-hole. It makes me seem like... Oh, I don't like it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to say it, because I'm a family-friendly fella. Let's hear him out. I'm the a-hole. Hi, I'm a first-time poster. I also don't scroll on Reddit a lot, but still. Okay, for some context, or just tell us the story. Okay, so for some context, I'm going to a Christmas gift exchange with some people that I'm friends with, but it includes 3 people I do not like. I'm also not really friends with. The 3 people have different disabilities, and I also have some mental disabilities. The 3 people I don't like, they all got me a gift. Am I really the a-hole for not wanting to spend X amount of money? Why has he specified the fact that they're disabled? Strange, if you ask me. 3 people I don't like got me a gift. Am I really the a-hole for not wanting to spend X amount of money on them, especially when I don't like them? They also don't know that I don't like them. And also, why is it the social norm to give gifts to people you don't like? The reason it's a social norm is because it's not about whether you like them. It's about spreading positivity. Genuine fact, by the way. It's not about getting gifts or giving gifts to people who you like. It's about spreading positivity. Unless there's a reason you don't like them. Because based off this story, he hasn't given any justified reason as to why he doesn't like them. And the only thing he said is they're disabled. So based off context, I'm going to assume this person's the slightest bit ableist. But I'm not one to just jump to conclusions. You are the a-hole. I'm not trying to point fingers, but I will. You're the a-hole. And we've got a diabolically long one. I didn't realise Charles Dickens was alive again. We'll just read it. I need to lock in. Messing with my head already. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to host Christmas after the family stole all the Thanksgiving leftovers? My husband and I hosted the family for Thanksgiving. We made 2 turkeys, ham, £20 of mashed potatoes. £20 is a lot, isn't it? I was £8, I think. Newborn me was about £7. times that by 3, so that's 3 newborn me's worth of mashed potatoes. That's mental. 2 pans of dressing, sweet potato casserole, the full Thanksgiving menu. That sounds nice. My in-laws always bring a ton of dessert, trays of cookies, pies, rolls, etc., which helps so much. Very nice as well. We had a lovely evening, good food, good drink, good company. Later in the evening, when people were packing up to go, my husband had bought some plastic leftover containers for this moment and said to help ourselves with some leftovers. We then went back into the front room to continue socialising. I was pretty tired and put my feet up till it came to walk everyone out. I looked into the kitchen, saw that the food on the island and the table was put away and went to bed. Next morning I woke up starving, dreaming of turkey, mashed potatoes and gravy. I opened the fridge and stood there in shock. It was empty except for a bag of turkey wings and half a bag of dressing. Who's gotten away with £20 of mashed potatoes? And what are they going to do with it? Can we get some sort of visualiser on the screen? Editor Lily, could you please put a visualiser of £20 of mashed potato on screen, please? Thank you very much. There had to be some mistake. I went and checked the fridge in the garage. Nothing there either. I sat in shock, trying to comprehend what had happened to all of that food. When my husband walked into the kitchen, I asked him if there had been some miscommunication. Did he offer the leftover food to our relative's charity organisation? He had not, but he had observed another relative and his family carrying out the food that they had brought. Unopened desserts that the in-laws had brought, in addition to gallon Ziploc bags of the food that we made. And I had made £20 of mashed potatoes. Yeah, you did, yeah. Pleasure to make a meal for us to share together, and I welcome a reasonable amount of leftovers to rob your host and take everything is out of balance in my book. Almost Christmas because of this greedy behaviour. I think that's very fair, because what you do with £20 of mashed potatoes? At the end of the day, right, you don't need that much mashed potatoes. Look, I'll hold my hands up. I love potatoes. Roast potatoes, new potatoes, mashed potatoes, and chips, crisps. Oh, they're brilliant. But who is doing what with £20 of mashed potatoes? I couldn't even eat £20 of mashed potatoes. I can tell you that much. Potatoes. I literally eat cold roast potatoes. I'm literally kicking my feet, thinking about roast potatoes and new potatoes. New potatoes and butter. Literally just perfect little snack. You're not, because at the end of the day, right, you've put hard work and effort into £20 of mashed potatoes, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But you've put that much time and effort into making a meal to feed about, I'm going to assume about 15 people, maybe even more. They're alright taking the desserts and that. I think they should have really left some for you. Thanks for hosting us with your £20 of mashed potato. Here's some free, you can have half this pie if you want. Also, 2 turkeys and a ham. 2 turkeys and a ham. What are you feeding an orphanage? You went out your way to make sure there's enough for everyone to eat, and they just took it all without even caring for you. That's actually kind of mean. You're not the a-hole. As I predicted, there'd be more people who aren't the a-hole than there are the a-hole. I've come back to say that I've had a day to think about it, and a lot of really good advice from all you. I agree that I should have stayed on the job a little longer. No, that's horrible, because she went out of her way. God knows how long she's been up for, because based off my own personal experience, my parents were up the night before Christmas and Christmas dinner, so God knows what she's been doing with an industrial, she probably had an industrial soup pot in the back kitchen and making food for everyone in her family ever. The rest, because right on top of the food that she's making, she's got to socialise, which is draining. So she's gone, put her feet up for a bit, looked, assumed that my family are nice people. Come back, all the food's gone, I'm going to assume it's been put away, goes to bed. What's wrong with that? If you don't subscribe right now, you are the a-hole. Yeah, go watch the rest of my videos, see you in the next one, bye.